congratulate you on this World Summit. I'm so pleased that in the Muslim world also we've started summits like this where ideas are exchanged, intellectual activities promoted. So I want to congratulate you, first of all. And then, before I start my vision of governance in Pakistan, I just want to inform the audience here what was an international sportsman, a cricketer, how did he end up in politics? And then how did he become a prime minister? So I think it'll be interesting for you because then you will understand what I intend to do with Pakistan. You see, I grew up in Pakistan. I'm the first generation of Pakistanis. When Pakistan in the 60s was considered the fastest growing country in Asia, it was actually a model of development for the developing world. I just met Sheikh Mohammed today, and he again reminded me that Emirates Airline was helped by Pakistan Airlines in the 70s. So Pakistan was a country with optimism, hope. We grew rapidly. We had excellent governance system. Our bureaucracy was one of the best in Asia. And that's the Pakistan I grew up in. So then I played international cricket. When I started my international cricket, Pakistan was one of the weakest teams in world cricket. And we were emerging from colonialism. So we took great pride as our team became stronger and it competed. And by the time I left cricket, Pakistan was world champions. So I took pride, like my countrymen, as we competed internationally and we grew in confidence. But unfortunately, our country could not keep up that pace. Countries have, life of a country is in cycles. It's never in a straight line. You go up, you go down, course correction, countries come up, some countries don't go up. So in Pakistan's case, we were going up, and then various things happened when we started our down cycle. So when I left cricket, I started building the first cancer hospital in Pakistan. Reason was because my mother died of cancer. And it's then I realized there was no cancer hospital in the whole country. And then it occurred to me that people like me who were well off, I could afford to take my mother for treatment abroad, but what happened to the common man? Cancer is one of the most expensive treatments. So I started this movement, really. I went into the public to collect money to build this hospital. And so I'm just explaining to you how I got into politics. So one was cricket, watching our country go up as a cricketing nation, the pride that we could compete internationally and become world champions. Second was this cancer hospital. When I went to the public to collect money, I realized that our people are very generous and strong. Poorest of the poor people supported me. And I did what no one ever thought would happen, is that from public, I eventually collected money and built the hospital. And not just that I built it. It's a cancer hospital where 80% of patients get free treatment. Cancer treatment is one of the most expensive treatments. So then first I built it, and then to run the hospital, I again went to the people. And so it is the only private cancer hospital in the world which treats 80% people free, because it's the people who donate to the hospital. They built it, they run it. So I kept thinking, why is it that people are so generous to build a hospital and run it, but why don't they pay taxes? We were a country, and then I discovered we're a country which is amongst the top 5 countries in giving charitable donations. But at the same time, we are right at the bottom in giving taxes. And the reason was that people did not trust the government. They thought that their taxes were wasted by the government. It was spent on the lavish lifestyle of the ruling elite. So why would people pay taxes? And of course, then the levels of corruption, because corruption is basically stealing taxpayers' money. But there was a third reason why I ended up in politics. And that was, I watched, first of all, I used to play professional cricket in England, so half my year was in England and then half in Pakistan. And I saw how a developed country, how the institutions worked, why they went ahead, how the governments were accountable, how there was meritocracy, and above all, how there was human development, the money spent on human beings. So I could compare what was going on in Western countries, and then I could see what was happening in our own country. But then I also saw other countries develop, and one of them was UAE. I used to play cricket in UAE from 1980 onwards, and I saw UAE kept developing. And then afterwards, we saw China develop. So the common thing in all countries that have gone ahead is governance. And governance has two aspects. One is a government has to be accountable. The more accountable a government, the more clean a government, the more successful it is. And secondly, again I repeat, is meritocracy. The better the system of getting the best talent to the top, the better the country. Let me just give you a sporting example. Australia is the most successful cricketing country in cricket history of over 200 years, because Australia has the best system of bringing its talent up. Pakistan, in my opinion, and I'm not prejudiced, I understand cricket better than probably everyone in this hall. Pakistan has the greatest talent. Of all the countries I've played, I've never seen as much talent as in Pakistan. But we do not have a system of bringing that talent up. So what's the point of having great talent if you do not have a system of meritocracy which brings the talent up? And that's in every field. In the 60s, the reason Pakistan went up, because our civil service exam was the toughest. It was the most, all the young people wanted to go into Pakistan civil service. It was the toughest exam. We had the best talent that came up. And in 60s, the reason we progressed, one of the main reasons, was a civil service of very high quality. And gradually, as our system of merit went down, so did the country. So I wanted Pakistan to go up. And as I said, I saw UAE going up. The way each year you came, it changed. It got better and better. And similarly, and of course the greatest example is China. For me, the thing about China, which is just remarkable, no nation in the history of mankind has done what China has achieved. In 30 years,